Yes, sir.
It sounds like your solution is really be political. And actually, Linwood graduate is currently the chairman of the Ways and Means in the House, Andrew Koenig. Are you working with him? And in reality, how soon will these changes take place if they will take place?
I'm not working with him personally, but we do have a whole political army that is separate from the Show Me Institute. That political army is about 40 people. It's grassroots, grass tops. They can lobby. They can do all that stuff. So if you give them money, or if you give money to our campaign, which we haven't advertised for yet, that is not tax deductible. If you give money to the Show Me Institute, which is a 501c3, which therefore limits what they can do, they can advocate, but they can't go and lobby and and go after or protect certain candidates or certain legislation. So you can give money to them and take a tax deduction. And if you do, I just want you to know that no amount is too large. We're looking at the various approaches to this, and we poll them. And as I said, it's going to be difficult. First of all, we have to see which ballot we're going to be on. We don't know if we're going to be on 2012 or 2014. Right now, we're in litigation. When you file a ballot initiative, anybody in the state has a right to sue you. And once the initiative, the language is approved by the Secretary of State, then generally it's a lawsuit against the state. We're in litigation over the fiscal note. We submit a note to the state auditor and say, here's what we think the fiscal impact of this is if it's approved. And opponents can come in and say, no, here's what we think it is. We're in court over that issue. I don't know when that's going to be resolved. But it may take 4 or 5 different proposals before the people are comfortable voting for this. For example, one of them is to phase it out over about 4 or 6 years. Bring the income tax down a bit, bring the sales tax up a bit, broaden the base so many more things are taxed. But you could do it over a longer period. Or you could say to them, like we did in Prop A, how about ask Missouri voters, would you like the opportunity every 2 years to vote on lowering your income tax 1 point and raising the sales tax enough to offset those revenues, so it's always revenue neutral. And just have that come up every 2 years until the income tax is gone. That's another approach. That's what's going to happen with the earnings taxes in St. Louis and Kansas City. Because about 70% of you and all the voters in the state of Missouri voted for Prop A, now at regular elections in St. Louis and Kansas City, they have to put the earnings tax on the ballot. And it's a simple proposition, do you want to continue this tax? And if they ever vote no, then the tax is phased out over 10 years per the statute. So it's going to be difficult. And I'm not working with that representative, but I'm sure that army of 40 people is working with him closely.